Hello and welcome back. I am Damien with Project Omnia, and today I am here with another video for you. And there may be follow-ups to this, like the roundtable videos I am doing. There may not be, we'll just see. But this one is going to be on a discussion video on why we love storytelling. Now I say we because people are individuals, and individuals love storytelling for different reasons, and I could go into why I love storytelling all day, but chances are I fall into one of these categories anyways, so why not just do it on the general concept and why people as a whole, we human beings, love storytelling. And this probably won't be a super comprehensive, breaks down every nook and cranny detail video, which is why there may be a follow-up, but it is going to be a general perspective, breaking it down a little bit. So, let's dive into it. So obviously, on its face, it's escapism, right? And I've broken down escapism to being something people seek for two different reasons. So there's vicarious escapism, which, with that you get this feeling as if you're literally a part of the world, like you're entrenched in it, you are one of the characters, or maybe you feel like you're multiple characters, maybe you feel like you're all of them, like I could think Haikyuu for anime as one of those ones where everyone's just gushing over like every character that comes onto the screen, right? And then, that comes with the empathetic and sympathetic connections to the characters in the show, and then like the things that happen to them and the things that happen to the world. Like for grander stories, there's plenty of NPC types that like you don't get names for, but you can empathize with them and their situation because you're vicariously experiencing what they're experiencing. I mean, that's what vicarious is. You are experiencing something without actually being a part of it. But I wanted to break this down in a pro-con, just one pro, one con for each of the two examples I'm going to be giving. So with the vicariously living through storytelling as a form of escapism, the big pro is it can really give you a sense of belonging, and it can really help you mentally and emotionally kind of find yourself. It can be therapeutic in a sense, and it can help spark your own growth in your real life outside of the escapism that you do, right? And I mean, that can be really good for you. But the con is that you can basically get too attached, right? Like, you could get attached to this feeling of escapism, and then you're going to overdo it. Or particularly when you're vicariously escaping, what is likely going to happen is you get so attached to this fictional character in this, these fictional characters in this fictional world, that you can be too empathetic or sympathetic for when certain things happen, because some of these stories are crazy and bonkers and out of this goddamn world, right? Or when ultimately the story reaches its conclusion and ends, it's almost like there's a vacuum that's created where now all those experiences you had where you felt like you were there, you were a part of that, and you experienced it, well, now all that stuff's gone, it's over, the journey has ended, and you kind of feel empty, like there's something missing there. It's kind of like at the end of Cowboy Bebop, spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't seen it, at the very end, the very last end card is you're going to carry that weight, and very much. I have felt that multiple times watching stories, Cowboy Bebop being one of them. I mean, that's just the kind of story that you don't just walk away from and then completely forget about. At least not in my personal opinion. But let's get on to the second one, which is really just escapism without much intent except to escape. Like, you might understand that that's what you're doing, that what you're doing is escapism, but you literally just want to do it as a reader, viewer, gamer, whatever medium of escape you prefer for entertainment, but you know you're doing it to escape, so you're really not trying to think too much. Like, you don't want to kind of be pushed by your escapism. You just want to dive in and just basically what a lot of people call mindlessly consume, right? And so what that gives people is it just allows them to escape reality, which in small doses can be good. You know, that's the pro I have listed here. It allows you to feel good about yourselves, like you can feel happiness, and that can kind of remind you that, hey, I can have this feeling, I can be happy, and that can help you kind of recharge and let you get through life a little bit easier, right? The con of this is, of course, overindulgence. Like with anything, you can go overboard and do it too much. And chances are, if you're seeking to escape pretty much always, then that means you're likely running away from a lot of your own internal problems, and that can have serious psychological effects that lead to things like depression and other forms of mental illness. And I mean, who wants that? That's not fun to deal with. Anyone that does deal with it will tell you that it's not fun to deal with. And I just can't imagine that overall it's healthy for anyone. I mean, again, in my experiences, I know it hasn't been healthy for me. And you could definitely say, to some degree, I've been both of these viewers before. I've been the person that just mindlessly consumes entertainment for the sake of escaping. And then in more recent years, as I've become more aware of why I like storytelling and things like that, I've definitely become more of the former that I spoke about in my first example. But this was definitely one of the ways in which I ran away from my own problems in my life, was just trying to escape. And again, this can come to why one of the reasons I decided to make this YouTube channel. It's therapy for me, but it's also a way for me to try to give back to the world in a way that I know many other people need. You know, someone may come across this video and they may hear something that I say here, and it may resonate with them, and they may be like, wow, that kind of describes me and the experiences I'm having, and hey, is this what I'm doing? And for me, that's really important. But I feel like I went off on a tangent there at the end. That's just a simple breakdown of why I feel people love storytelling, and a pro and a con for both of those two examples that I provided. But I want to know why you guys love storytelling. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, and let me know what you think of the video. I also have a PayPal for donations. All the donations go to my efforts to hire an artist for the manga/comic I am currently writing and storyboarding for. And no obligation, just it's there if you want to. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.